Hey everybody, welcome to Elder Geeks Elder Speak. Today is Friday, April 11th, 2014. My name is Randy Asenchak. I'm the editor of ElderGeek.com. You are listening to take 4 of Elder Geeks Elder Speak. I've been having a just a horrible time getting my audio program to actually record my audio. So anyway, in the background today, you're going to be seeing gameplay footage for The Elder Scrolls Online, a game that I've been playing and loving, and I will be playing it for a very long time until I get my next review game that I'm going to be covering. Anyway, news. Let's go through these because I've done them 3 times now. It's probably going to be shorter than it ever was before. First things first, obviously I'm not at PAX, but that actually ties into something else. I'm probably not going to be at E3 this year, or if I do end up at E3, it's probably going to be nothing short of a miracle. E3 actually declined my application to go. They said that I wasn't a big enough site to go anymore. So sad monkey face from me. But if by some miracle I was able to go, there's no way I'd be able to afford the flight and the hotel room at this point. I mean, the flights already would be booked way too late, and the hotel room, last year I think I booked my flight and my hotel in February or something. I might have actually even been January, but even then the hotel room that I booked was really far away from the convention center. I would have loved to have gotten something much closer. By now, I would need to at least cab or train or probably even taking a second plane into LA every day just to get to the convention center. So it's probably too late for me to head out to E3. So I'm very sorry to say that I'm not going to be going out. I had a great time at E3 last year, met a ton of awesome people, and, you know, I thought I gave good coverage, but oh well, E3 doesn't want me there. Moving on, did you guys know that Infamous Second Son sold over 1 million copies in 9 days? They did. But then again, it's really not that surprising, right? Considering that the PlayStation 4 has been selling like hotcakes, but there's not been that many big title games that have been coming out. We had Assassin's Creed 4, and then we had Infamous Second Son. Yeah, I think that was really about it. I mean, Killzone was there, but that game was... Look, I didn't do a video review for Killzone, but it was because I really didn't like that game at all. I played about 3 missions of it, and I was bored to tears, and I was frustrated with that game beyond repair. It was predictable and super boring. So if I did a video review for Killzone, it would have been me saying, this game is predictable and super boring, and don't buy it. Anyway, Infamous Second Son sold 1 million copies in 9 days on the PlayStation 4, which is great. Good for Sucker Punch. I'm glad. It was a great game. Check out my video review for it. That being said, though, I really hope that Sucker Punch moves on and starts developing a different franchise. Infamous Second Son was wonderful, but I'd like to see what they could do with something else. The Infamous series, I think Cole was probably its high point for the Infamous series. They could still do some really great stuff with Second Son, but with the dated morality system, I think they could do a lot better. Titanfall patch news. You know, it's a slow news day when I'm talking about updates to a video game. There's been an update to Titanfall where they added in private servers. They got they fixed a bunch of map hacks, which I think is just kind of sad that people still use map hacks in the first place. But anyway, so they did a bunch of fixes. But one of the big fixes that I found that affected me was the Gooser Challenge. This is something I could never ever do in a million years. The Gooser Challenge was to roll over to Generation 5, or Veteran Rank 5, by the time you got to 50, or by the time you hit your 50, before you could roll over to Generation 6, you had to kill 50 Titan pilots, so 50 players, after they ejected from their Titan and fired way up into the air. You had to kill 50 of those people before they hit the ground, after they ejected, which is ridiculous. I think I made it to Generation 3 or 4, and I think the number of people that I killed over those 3 generations was probably under 5. I would say I'm probably only killed about 3 people doing that. And I might even be misremembering. I remember I killed one dude while we both ejected from our Titans at the same time, and it was a total shit luck kind of moment. I guess I had my gun out first and aimed in the right direction first and killed him. But 50 people was the challenge. They rolled that challenge back to 5 now, so good on them. I'll throw a link for the rest of the patch notes for Titanfall. Second bit of news, Orcs Must Die creators are coming out with Orcs Must Die Unchained, which is going to be a MOBA type game in the Orcs Must Die universe. I think Orcs Must Die would lend itself very well to a MOBA type game. Set up traps, defend your base, and then, depending on how well you do, or I guess the game would just continually escalate higher and higher, more and more enemies that they would sweep out. And depending on how well you do, I would assume that it would send out more people. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm not in the alpha or anything along those lines. It does look like it's going to be the free-to-play variety, which I'm never a big fan of the free-to-play games. I'll send you a link to it, but the way it boils down right now is the Apprentice Pack for $20 or $19.99 will get you priority access to the closed beta, and $20 of in-game gold. The War Mage version, which is a $59.99 price tag, and they're calling it a $180 value, gives you priority access to the alpha. You get 2 heroes unlocked automatically and $60 in-game gold. And the Master, which they're claiming is the best value, is $150, or a $500 value that they're saying. It gives you instant access to the alpha, 5 hero unlocks, and $200 in-game gold. Obviously, I can't review the game. I can't really say too much about the game because I'm not playing anything. But that is pretty pricey, considering the first 2 Orcs Must Die games were like $10 and $15 or $20. They might have been $20 when they first released. And you can still play those today after you drop your $20. And they're still worth it today, too, by the way. If you've never played Orcs Must Die 1 or 2, they are absolutely worth picking up. But the free-to-play route, like going the multiplayer route is a good idea. Making it the free-to-play or whatever I'm not down with that idea. That's it. I really have nothing else to say. Please let me know what you think. Tell me I'm full of crap. That's cool. That's it. I did Titanfall. I did Infamous. I did Orcs Must Die. Talked about how I'm not going to be going to E3. I did it. And hopefully the audio is capturing as well. Yeah, it is. Awesome. Coming up this weekend, you're going to be seeing another Elder Scrolls Online weekly update from me. And then when I'm actually done with my continent, I'm going to try to do 2 separate video reviews, more official video reviews than what I'm already doing, weekly for the Elder Scrolls Online. I'll be doing one for the player versus environment of the game, and then one for the player versus player portion of the game. They play very differently. I might even reconsider that. I might just do like one gigantic video review for the game because it's huge. It does a ton right. It does a lot wrong as well, but it is, despite its flaws, I can't recommend it enough. I really can't. It's a great game. It's a good, even if you didn't like MMOs, I think it's a remarkable role-playing game. And haven't had a great one of those in a while, but I'm loving the story, and I'm loving my character progression in the story as well. Thanks so much, everybody. Hopefully talk to you soon.